Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. This is my 1988 Mustang GT, aka the Red Demon. We are doing a little build on the car. We're going to put a 7665 On3 turbo on it, on a stock 302. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And today we are actually going to work on the hot piping. Go ahead and get that kind of mocked up into place. We'll get that mocked up, and we will go ahead and get the new oil center unit that I purchased installed. Go ahead and get the brass fitting and all that good stuff installed. That way we can get ready to hook up the feed line for the turbo. I've been kind of MIA lately. I know I haven't been posting very much. The weather around here has been just up and down, man. One day it's raining, one day it's not, one day it's cold, one day it's not. So I really ain't have much motivation to get out here in the shop. But springtime's approaching, and you know, the warmer days, man, you can get out here and do some work and you got to worry about freezing your butt off. As you can see, my shop's not insulated, so it gets pretty cold out here in the wintertime. Even though I got a heater, you know, when you're down here on the floor, man, it's still cold. But we're going to take advantage of the pretty day we have today, and we're going to work on the car. We're going to try to get the hot piping mocked up in there. Like I said, we're not going to cinch it up tight, guys. We're just going to kind of put it in place. And we may go ahead and kind of slide the radiator in place. I got the AC compressor, excuse me, the AC compressor bracket outside. I got a couple coats of paint on it. It's sitting out there drying. I might walk out here in a minute, go ahead and put another coat on it. I really want to get the intake on, man. I really do. But I'm kind of undecided on what I'm going to do about color-wise. When I purchased this from the guy on eBay, he gets them, cleans them up, paints them. So this one's painted silver. I know it's kind of hard to tell what color it is on the camera. But this is silver. I really want that to match the valve covers, because we are going to go back with the stock valve covers. I'm not going to be running aftermarket valve covers or anything like that. So I'm kind of debating on what I want to do. You know, maybe have them powder coated or just paint them myself. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I do want them to kind of match up with each other. I don't want to go red, and I don't really want to paint them black. So I probably will go with the factory gray or silver or whatever it is that come on the valve covers on these cars. I'm just trying to give everybody kind of a heads up, because I know I haven't posted much lately. But we do need to remove the fuel pressure gauge right here. That's got to be removed because that's actually going to be in the way of the pipe coming out of the back of the turbo. So we're going to have to get a Schrader valve put back in there. Take this out. I'm going to go ahead and order some aftermarket fuel rails. Get some bigger ones, because from what I've been reading and seeing, the stock ones really won't be kind of adequate for this application. Still need to drop the fuel tank, put the fuel pump in there. So we still got a lot to do, guys. So continue watching the channel, and then hopefully we'll have this thing sitting on all fours and driving soon. But we got to stay at it. Like I said, I just haven't been motivated. You know, the weather's just been so crappy, man. It just sucks all the motivation out of you. I don't know if any of you guys have actually wondered about what kind of rims that we are going to be running on the car. I've actually had the rims for this car for quite some time, the ones that we're going to put on it. So you just have to kind of stay tuned and see what we are going to be running on the car. I did notice when I did take the bolts out for the hot piping, which come in a little pack, that they actually sent me header bolts. I didn't know that until a while ago, and these actually have the small heads on it. If you didn't see the last video, go back and check it out where we installed the headers on the car. We did use the ARPs just for the simple fact they had the small hex on it, so it's super easy to get a wrench on those. And guys, I highly recommend buying you a set of them, man. Go back and check out my last video. I got a link down in the description. Just click on that link. It'll take you straight to them. Buy you a set, man, because it was well worth it. It really was. But these right here would have worked, because you know, they do have the smaller head on it versus the typical header bolts. But those would have worked. But I'm kind of glad I went with the ARP. because they was already anodized black, and you know it's got good tensile strength on them, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna stop talking now. I've done enough talking. So let's go ahead and get busy on hooking up this hot side and getting the oil sending unit installed. We're gonna get started. I am using just regular nuts because the nuts to come with it's got the Teflon in it, so we don't want to use those quite yet for mock-up. Just to mock everything up, we're just gonna go with just a regular nut. Move these clamps the way we want them later. Like I said, right now we're just doing a little mock-up is all we're doing. Trying to get everything kind of moved around, kind of see what we're working with. And you notice I do got blue gloves on just because of the heat wrap. That fiberglass and that heat wrap, man, that's why we got blue gloves on. Got to figure out where we want to put this clamp. That way when we go to tighten it up, it won't be in the way of everything. This one might be a little bit more harder to do by myself.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, I believe we locked in there. Hop up top side and see. Yep. All right, locked in there. Now I've noticed a little bit of an issue already, and that is that the piping is rubbing the sway bar right there. So that's our first stumbling block. That's why it pays to mock everything up. I know you guys can't see it, but the let's pick you up here so you can see. All right, we got our first issue, and that is the sway bar is touching the hot pipe. So we need to get that figured out, what we need to do there. But that's our first stumbling block, is that is hitting. So we need to get something figured out there. And let's see, I'm trying to think here what to do. May have to end up pulling the sway bar off right now till we get all that stuff done, and then go from there. So I'm gonna shut you guys off for just a minute, and we shall be back. I went ahead and removed the sway bar for right now until we get everything kind of mocked up where it's supposed to be. Then we'll kind of slide it back in place and see if we can get it to work. I hope we can, but if not, then we'll find another alternative. But we're gonna go ahead and get this connected. Like I said, we're just mocking everything up. It pays to mock everything up, man. Trust me. It always pays, but right now we're going to get all this mocked up in place where it's supposed to go. And then we'll get this mocked up and get it to our liking. We will jump up there and start installing the new oil sending unit. Get that done. Alright. Alright, there we go, guys. Everything seems to be where it should be. Everything looks good. We'll just leave that there for right now until we start getting turbo and all that stuff bolted on. All right, I'm gonna jump up there and we will get started on the oil sanding unit. I got the block and all that stuff just kind of mocked up on there, but we're gonna take it right back off and put some thread sealer on there. But you kind of get the idea how this is gonna go on. When we tighten this up, we want this a little bit of a upward angle, so when that fitting comes out and that feed line comes to it, it'll be kind of an upward angle. But I just got it mocked up on there. We're gonna pull it back off, get some thread sealer on there, and then we're gonna install it. All right, we're over here on the bench. We're going to start applying our thread sealer to everything. Let me get it open. There we go. Go ahead and get some thread sealer on here. Go ahead and apply some to here. And this is going to screw right into the side of the block. Right there. We'll go ahead and put the thread sealer on the bottom here. We're going to go ahead and install the block first before we put the oil sanding unit and all on. We'll go ahead and get some of this on here. Alright, let's go put this on the car. Grab a crescent wrench. Like I said, we want that piece right here just a little bit of an upward angle for that feed line. Should be good there. Now we'll go ahead and tighten this up. Tight there. Oh. Alright, that'll be tight enough. Get this installed. And there we go. Alright, we got the oil sanding unit installed, the adapter, all that good stuff's bolted up. As you can see, we just got our hot piping just kind of mocked up into place. And as you see, we did have to remove the sway bar. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do there. Might be able to get it to work. might not be able to get it work. I'm not exactly sure. I did see in House of Dula, he was talking about one of his buddies actually had to run a shorter sway bar end link. Not sure yet, but we'll get it figured out. Not really worried about it right now. Guys, like I said before, I'll say it again, man. The ARP header bolts, as you can see right here, my index finger is. I would highly recommend you get you a set of them, man. Those things are awesome. They were well worth the money. Go back and check out my last video. I got a link down in the description for them. I think they're like $24 some change. But man, you can get a wrench on those hex super easy, man. I love them. I wish I would have used them things years ago, to be honest with you. But we're going to wrap this video up. I know it's going to be long enough as it is. I just need to plan out my next course of action, what we're going to do next. I really want to go ahead and get the intake and all that stuff mounted up, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do as far as color-wise. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Drop me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.